Percussion. I sing when nobody's looking. Yeah, all of that.
And the Groove Orchestra is your first album, correct?
I have a couple albums that I've been on, but this is the first thing with my name on it in 10 years. So it might as well be the first one.
It might as well be the first one. The restart.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's the prequel, reset.
Cool. Any music that's taken, especially with improvisation, to a certain level becomes jazz, for better or for worse. And so in that sense, yeah, it's a jazz record. There's real instrumentation. There's real reactions. It just so happens that I structured it in a way that everybody could come in and knock out their part. I don't know, like a scaffold or something. You build around it, and then when you take the mold out, then you have a self-contained structure. So that's really kind of. So you're saying that this is a jazz recording, but everybody's recording their parts individually.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Is there a point where, say you get to the first person is listening to all the other tracks, standing in, and then the last person gets the That's true. Yeah. So I mean, how do the players feel about that?
I mean, I think because I'm very thorough about at least those tracks that they respond to, and so I think they were pretty comfortable. If anything, I think people really had a trickier time with some of just the complexity of the tunes more than anything, because I have a tendency to think of concepts as being simpler than they are. So I have one tune where there's a metric modulation, and I'm just like, oh, it's it's easy. It's just the quarter note. You get the quarter note for the next tempo from the eighth note triplet from the from the section before. So playing music by somebody who they play with all the time, somebody trust factor is the only reason why a recording like this was able to work. This is almost like the musical equivalent of doing a green screen scene in a movie, and just trusting that the director is going to do the right thing with your performance. So I think that I've developed a reputation with the people that I work with on the record that I'm not going to leave anybody, hanging out there, and just make sure that that the cohesive vision at the end is going to be something everybody's proud of.
Right. So, who are these men and women that you're trusting so much on this record?
Yes, the absolutely great personnel on the record. It's quite a cast, actually. This is a very big scope, bigger than anything that I've ever done, actually. But Chris Fun was on bass. The anchor. We have Samir Moulay doing most of the guitar work. Also, Deontay Haggerty Willis did some guitar stuff on it as well.
Deontay
Haggerty Willis.
Haggerty Willis.
Yeah, he's another Howard guy. And we had 3 vocalists. We had Christy DeShield, we had Micah Robinson, we had Shakira Rogers, we also had Brent Burkhead playing some alto sax, Elijah Ballbed playing tenor, Greg Boyer played the trombone parts. Former Clarence Ward played trumpet. Eddie Backus played flute and saxophone. Fred Yane made a little cameo on harmonica. And Stephanie Matthews played some of the string parts. I mean, it's just like a broad...
It's an orchestra.
It's an orchestra.